guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and this is a tour of the unreleased HTC TouchFLO 3D 2.6, also known as Manila 2.6. Now, we showed you TouchFLO 3D 2.5 recently, which brought a lot of changes in terms of how you interact with TouchFLO 3D. So the interface went a lot deeper. Everything was very well optimized for finger-friendly navigation, which made us think that HTC is working on a capacitive Windows mobile device, and now we're hearing about the HTC Leo, which supposedly has a capacitive screen, so this is all starting to make a lot of sense. Now, TouchFLO 3D 2.6 brings some additional changes, mostly aesthetic, to the TouchFLO interface, so we're going to go through them now. What you probably notice right off the bat is that the clock has been changed. The clock looks just like it does on the Android-based HTC Hero. So let's slide that over. So you get the clock with the current temperature and the high and low temperature, so which is really convenient because you can quickly glance at your device on the home screen and see what the temperature is without having to flip all the way over to the weather tab in TouchFLO 3D. Also new, but this wasn't new to 2.5, but it's new to all of the released versions of TouchFLO 3D that are out there, is that you get a variety of actionable shortcut buttons. So you can assign these to link to a program, or link to text message someone, or link to call someone. I'll show you all the options. So you can flick your finger, you can tap the plus icon, and you can have a contact or a bookmark, a widget, or a program be listed in the grid. So that's very convenient. Really, HTC is allowing you to bring forward the most commonly used functions of your device right on the home screen, so you don't have to dig in to the start menu and things like that. So if we go over to the next tab, and also notice how we've got color in these buttons down here on the bottom, which is actually quite nice. TouchFLO 3D is usually pretty flat with just gray icons on the bottom, and when you slide your finger to the right, you don't get color, but now it looks like they've integrated some color, which is a nice little touch. So if we go over to the People tab, instead of having to flick through a bunch of people, kind of like CoverFLO, we now have a finger-friendly grid, and you can add a variety of items to this grid. But we saw this in 2.5. The email screen and the SMS screen are the same. We can link over to the web, where we have large finger-friendly tiles that we can assign to our favorites, or we could search Google right from the top. Calendar is also a little bit more deeply integrated than it was in TouchFLO 3D 2.0. So here we have the weather integrated. We've seen that before. And there are some new views here. So we can go to Agenda. We can go to Week. And Month and Day you've seen before. Over to the Pictures tab, that is the same as the music. Weather is also the same. And Settings is a lot deeper than it was in TouchFLO 3D 2.0, but pretty much the same that we saw in TouchFLO 3D 2.5 that we showed you recently. So we can go into Sound, and pretty much a lot of the settings of Windows Mobile are now wrapped in the nice, elegant TouchFLO 3D interface. So we can go to Personalization, change the background wallpaper, change which tabs you have loaded on TouchFLO 3D, but you've seen that before, even on 2.0. You start getting into the more nitty-gritty settings, such as programs and storage, and they are actually skinned in TouchFLO 3D. So, very nice. So overall, it's great to see HTC evolve TouchFLO 3D so it's more usable. It makes a lot of sense to have 3 quick shortcut buttons that will link to whatever you want to do on your device. It's a really great idea to have the weather integrated right into the clock like you have on the HTC Hero. And finally, we get a little bit of color down here on these buttons. A very small touch, but very welcomed nonetheless. So we'll continue to watch TouchFLO 3D as it evolves, and we'll keep an eye on how it changes. We'll be back soon with more. That's it for now.